Celui qui est au milieu, c'est Truffaut. À sa gauche, bien sûr, le Chabrol. Et celui avec les lunettes noires, c'est Jean-Luc. Godard. C'est lui le vrai génie. Du moins, c'est ce qu'il te dira.
Along with Wes Anderson and Quentin Tarantino, Richard Linklater was a part of the wave of American indie filmmakers who brought the subversions of the French New Wave to Hollywood. With their loose, spontaneous dialogue and disregard for plot, Slacker, Dazed and Confused, and the Before trilogy all feel like American-made French New Wave films. So Linklater was the perfect director to bring the origins of the French New Wave to life on film. Nouvelle Vague tells the tale of how a young, disillusioned film critic named Jean-Luc Godard put down his pen, picked up a camera, and showed the world how it's done. Directed by one of the many acolytes who followed in Godard's footsteps. But it was still an extremely risky undertaking. An American director telling the story of the French film that changed the world is about as bold a move as Godard making Breathless in the first place. But that's what made it the perfect jumping off point for this cinematic tribute.
Tout ce dont on a besoin pour faire un film, c'est d'une fille et un flingue.
Linklater doesn't break the rules as brazenly as Godard, or reinvent the form quite as radically, but his direction of Nouvelle Vague is just as confident and singular and self-assured, and above all just as ballsy and aggressively uncommercial as Godard's groundbreaking work on Breathless.
Ne ralentis pas, jusqu'à ce que tu n'aies plus de souffle. S'ils veulent la nouvelle vague, donnons-leur un raz-de-marée.
Nouvelle Vague doesn't just dramatize the making of Breathless. Linklater shot and edited it in the radical style of Breathless, and deftly recaptures the feel of Breathless. And not just because it's shot in black and white in Academy ratio, it's in the way it's shot. Linklater uses lots of handheld cameras, lots of guerrilla type shots from the backseat of a moving car, and lots of long walk and talk tracking shots. It has a similar jazzy score and similarly witty, free-flowing dialogue. Much in the same way that The Holdovers is a movie set in the 70s that looks and feels like a movie from the 70s, Nouvelle Vague is a movie about Breathless that looks and feels like Breathless.
D'ailleurs, je pourrais très bien vous laisser tomber, vous et votre film.
Vous commencez à comprendre. À demain.
See you tomorrow. À demain.
No, you demand. Why is that funny?
The cast absolutely nailed it, although I apologise in advance that I'm about to fuck up the pronunciation of all these French names. Guillaume Marbec is uncanny as Godard. I honestly forgot sometimes that I wasn't actually watching old footage of Godard and it was just an actor playing a part. It's that seamless. The sunglasses and cigarettes are doing a lot of heavy lifting, but it goes beyond that. He has Godard's wit, he has Godard's mysterious aura, and he's got enough charm and humour to make up for the fact that he's a self-absorbed arsehole, just like Godard himself. Zoe Deutsch and Aubrey Dolan capture the charisma and star power of Gene Seberg and Jean-Paul Belmondo, and Deutsch in particular captures Seberg's playful love-hate rivalry with Godard.
Je marche dans la rue, ce type me filme avec une caméra dans un triporteur de la poste. Et je dis tout ce qui me passe par la tête parce que tous les dialogues seront doublés plus tard.
Bruno Dreyfus is great as the exasperated producer, a perfect foil for Godard's madness, and Matteo Pensionat is great as the put-upon cinematographer. I could have watched this ensemble bicker their way through truncated shooting days forever and ever.
Moteur, Raoul. Moteur, Raoul. Moteur, Raoul.
Moteur, Raoul! Moteur!
I was surprised by how funny the movie is. I watched Nouvelle Vague with a snooty, older awards season crowd, the kind of people who don't usually have a sense of humour, and there were a few moments that got a big laugh out of them.
Ne montre ça à personne, hein.
It reminded me of The Disaster Artist. It chronicles a similarly troubled shoot helmed by a similarly incompetent director with no regard for the industry norms, but where the film they made in that movie became a laughingstock renowned as one of the worst films ever made, the one they're making here changed cinema.
Allez, entrons dans l'histoire du cinéma.
There's a great irony in knowing that the film they're making is Breathless. Throughout the movie, Godard wastes half his shooting days, makes up the script as he goes along, and drives his cast and crew crazy. The only person who's convinced that Godard is a genius making a game-changing film is Godard himself. Everyone else thinks he's a lunatic with delusions of grandeur. And so would we if we didn't know who he was and what he was about to accomplish. If you didn't have that context, you'd expect this director to be laughed out of the business and his film to be swept under the rug. But he's about to start an artistic revolution and become one of the most revered and respected artists of the 20th century. It's like if you watched Marty Supreme, knowing that Marty Mauser is a real guy who is about to become a world-renowned table tennis legend who still inspires people to this day. Nouvelle Vague is an ode to the audacity it takes to create great art.
Chaque film est constitué de 5 films différents. Le film qu'on écrit, film dont on distribue les rôles,
New York Herald Tribune!
le film qu'on tourne, le film qu'on monte et le film qu'on sort.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the little bell. And also seize the day and call your mom and be kind to yourself.